Why, hello, Capricorns, Capricorns, Capricorns. How you guys doing today? I still feel y'all's good energy flowing. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. This is why I always vibe with Capricorns. Y'all's energy is out of this world good. So let me just tell y'all a little bit about what I've been going through. Okay. I've been in the mood. You know, I got everything in my chart, so trust me, I got something towards what the hell's going on with me that will relate to somebody. Okay. Because I feel the energy of everybody, and I love that. Now I see, oh, I think I did that 3 times. Now I see now I'm starting to see what really is. You know? I feel like before I had this view on what I believed love was, right? I had this view. I had my parents who were together, right? And yes, I've seen certain things, but you know, I grew up being somebody who could, you know, I'm gonna sound, you know, cuckoo, but you know, I can hear things where I can feel energies, and when I feel energies, I can pick up on conversations and pick up on certain things. If the energy is really high, because when I'm connected to people, I feel their energy. So sometimes when somebody has energy towards me, or kind of towards me, you know, or something involving me, kind of, I feel that energy and I'm able to tune in, and it's annoying sometimes because you don't always want to hear the way that people feel, but hey. So like, you know, I know that they had their issues. So when my parents got divorced, I wasn't surprised because yes, everybody's seen the perfect everything, and I've seen the perfect everything. But you know, people have their own things going on. So, you know, in all honesty, they could be meant to be together and just had their tower moment where now they had to go towards their passions, their true passions to find it and then find themselves again. Or they could be meant to be somewhere else, but regardless, I want the best and happiness for each of them. And, you know, not everything is perfect, and sometimes people forget that people aren't perfect, which, you know, people don't want to forgive people for what people have done. And in all reality, how can you not forgive? There's a card that's like, forgive, God forgave you. Like, it's like, you know, God forgives you for all the times that he was like, hey, go this way, and you went that way. Or he was like, hey, don't do that, and you went and did it. Or he was like, hey, stay away from that, and you went and did it. And he forgave you time after time after time after time of you literally blatantly disrespecting, you know, him. So why wouldn't you forgive somebody else for their mistakes? Why wouldn't you forgive somebody else for what they have done? Because if you keep holding on to things, your perception of people, of love, of everything will be totally obscured, messed up, because you freaking have a situation that messed you up in the past that you're still holding on to. So, good energy, my good energy Capricorns, I'm not throwing no shade, I'm just saying that bad relationship, you gotta let it go, my loves. You gotta pass it on, my loves. You don't want to hold on to that type of energy. It's not gonna bring you nothing but holding on to memories that don't even, that person that isn't in your life anymore, this person you hate, this person you don't talk to, you're just going to keep bringing yourself back and back and back and back and back to it because you keep wanting to compare everything to somebody that you don't want. Compare people to who you want, not somebody who you don't want. And don't make your expectations super high. Like, don't be like, I want somebody who is like the perfect female who never has any flaws and da-da-da-da. No, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that. But if you ask for things like somebody who supports me, somebody who pushes me through my hard times, somebody who tells me to get up when I feel down, somebody who tells me that they love me, you know, shows me that they love me, shows me that they're loyal, makes me not question anybody's loyalty, shows me that you know, somebody who, you know, don't be thinking material things. Don't think I want somebody who got a big ass. I want somebody who has this or this eyes or this. You're gonna have a beautiful baby with the person that is your divine being, the person that you're meant to be with. Regardless, if you know how you have two ugly people and they make a baby and they're beautiful, it's because they were divine partners to make this beautiful baby, to make this beautiful child. You will make your own beautiful baby with your divine partner. So don't be looking material wise, because beauty comes from love. Love creates beauty regardless of what the outer appearance is. Inner love creates beauty. Deep love creates beauty. And let's get on with this reading. That was just, but when I talk to you through these intuitive readings, I'm letting you know of the time that I went through the same thing, and this is exactly what I told myself to get through it. Don't think that I'm freaking acting high and mighty, because I'm not. It took me time. It took me a lot of moments by myself, within myself, to get there. And I just want to help everybody else out and make y'all not have to go through the same thing, you know? Like, some people want to make you pay for that type of stuff. Some people want to give you a little snippet of, let me tell you this, and then I'm going to dip off. No, I want to give you the full video. I genuinely want to help people, and I genuinely want to make a difference. You know, I don't care if I'm making about 20 videos a day, because, you know, I just made a new channel so that I can separate the twin flame readings from the horoscope readings. So, like, you know, like, I'm very passionate about helping others heal without the BS. And, you know, I'm getting to a place now where, you know, my guides are like, you know, ask people to donate. They won't feel any type of way because you genuinely want to help them. But, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to feel like I want to ask for things, because, you know, it's like, I feel like, I understand. I feel like I feel like some people would understand where it's like, I'm a Cancer, so sometimes I just see it as hard to receive things, you know? So I'm just saying, like, also, donations are very appreciated. If you do want to give or anything, you know, I really do put a lot of my heart into these messages, because I truly want to make a difference in this world, and I truly want to help people. Is all I'm trying to say. This is today. That's I'm not about to be pushing for that stuff. It makes me feel awkward. But anyways, let me go on. I'm rambling because I feel awkward, if I'm being honest. I'm very vulnerable on here. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't watch any of these videos after, so just know it's like, that's why some of them, you know, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get on with this. So, you know, I intuitively go off of the cards, and whatever story comes to my head, I tell you, and usually it goes back to the reading. That's why we do these beginning intuitives. But it's a daily thing, you know. Help you out if you want to help. If you want to help out, whoop whoop. Let's go, Cappies. You guys seem like you guys aren't diving into finding out the key. You guys want love, you know. You guys want love, but you're kind of looking for the key, but you're like, well, I'm here to say that maybe the issue might have been, you know how I just said, I couldn't find it, but then I realized that I couldn't keep comparing everything to somebody that I didn't want. My ex was super everything, and that relationship was just crazy. And I used to try to literally compare people to him, like, because he was a gentleman, yes. He was we used to be real goofy together. I was my true self with him. I gave myself wholeheartedly, like fully, like openly to him. And he kind of took advantage, and he kind of at that time, but I was giving too much. That was me. I learned that. And he took advantage and ended up doing things, hurting me, being disloyal to me, and he did me just not the way that I deserved. But I didn't know that I didn't deserve that at the time. And I learned that through going through that situation, that I don't deserve those things. So after that, I'm trying to look for everybody, and I'm looking for him and everybody. Like, he was a gentleman. He was this, not thinking that he was also everything that I don't want again. So why would I want the exact him if I want somebody who's not him? It's like, I realized my key to that, I'm not there yet, but my key to get closer to that, I'm still working. Let me tell you, I'm out here about confused. When I tell y'all about my situations, I'm saying whatever, this person. I'm just telling you about everybody that's ever been in my space, or anybody, I've had situations. So I'm telling y'all about everything. I don't know who my one is. I'm out here still trying to figure it out like everybody else. Just trying to help y'all the way that I help myself through the day. And maybe that might be some of y'all's key, but it's also like y'all are kind of you guys are like, do I want to be this spiritual person? Do I want to go towards this? Like, I know that I'm like, you guys are like, yeah, I'm going towards being spiritual, because you guys, your energy is crazy. So yeah, you guys want to be spiritual beings, but then it's also kind of like, but I'm also not going, it's like, I want to go towards being spiritual, but I also am not following through completely. I'm not listening to everything, but I'm listening to some things. You're still working out the kinks pretty much with the spiritual thing. But one thing you do got is the positive energy. So I'm giving y'all kudos for that. Good job, because trust me, it's hard to have good energy. This is the second day. Shoot. My emotional self, I might have a good energy day one day, and then I'm freaking crazy the next. Y'all got this good energy thing down, because every time I get on y'all, I feel great. Y'all's energy is great. You guys are doing great. Don't be hard on yourselves over this little thing. This is just me helping you out. This is just me counseling through your... Every time that you take a step forward, you get closer to your... your loving, harmonious moment of hell yes and thank you and all that. And because you're out here giving to others, you're giving yourself to people, you're being a lover, you're literally organized, giving back. You're here for people. You're attentive. You guys are lovers. You guys are just big old teddy bears. And I love it. You know, you guys have retreated. And you guys retreating, you guys realized that that's what you guys wanted to do, is that you guys had to retreat. You guys had a moment of going through things. You guys went through a lot of stuff. You guys are like, we worked hard to get this good energy. We went through some things to get this good energy. We went through some hardships to get this good energy. And I'm here to say, you know, I'm clapping for you, like, yes. Like, round of applause. I love it. I love to see people prospering through hard times because y'all's energy is so good. I want to say that, like, you are a child of God, and he's sitting here smiling down at you, telling you, keep up the good work. Don't be so hard on yourself. Your life doesn't have to be perfect right now, but you're seeing the light in everything. Even yesterday I told you that. You guys are seeing the light through all situations. And that makes you guys the beautiful, divine beings that you guys are. You guys are truly out here being lovers, mothers, fathers, teachers, you know, just artists, anything, you know. You guys are expressing yourselves and loving the earth at the same time, you know. But it's like you gotta let go of this karmic situation that that is keeping you away from finding that key to love. This karmic situation is keeping you looking at things the way that you don't even want it. You looking for females like her, but you don't even want her. You don't want what she brought you. So now you gotta know that you want different. You know what you deserve. Ask for it, and it will come to you. But you gotta let go of the pain, or else you're gonna bring that into the next relationship. You don't want to start something with old judge still in there. You don't want to be going towards somebody still hung up on what somebody else did to you, because then you become someone that you're not. So, you know, just go towards things like, you know, not like a fool, but kind of like, whatever, you know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you know. I'm not going to really put too much feelings in with you, but, you know, my heart, I tell myself, this is what I pray for. I say, my heart will open up to my one. My heart will open up to my one. I will be vulnerable and open with my one. They are the person that I will feel. I will know when they come around. They will show me what is meant to be. So I go around talking to anybody who comes up to me, wanting to have conversation. I don't shun nobody, because that's ugly. When somebody comes up to you to talk to you and tells you that you're beautiful or something, and just because you don't like the way that they look, you wanna be like, get out of my face. No, that's ugly. Somebody came to you to tell you that you look good. Somebody came to give you a compliment, and you're gonna break their spirit, because now they're not gonna feel okay to come up to anybody else. You know, that's ugly. Go and talk to people. I talk to anybody who comes up to me. I don't care how old you are, what you look like, how tall you are. If you have something to share with me, I'm ready to listen, because this is what this world is about, is sharing knowledge and receiving knowledge, giving knowledge and feeling knowledge, all that. Go out there. Turn up, and that's what's going to stop that cycle of bad relationships. That's what's going to stop that cycle of you ending up in relationships that you don't want. Don't try to make somebody and mold somebody into something that they are not, because at the end of the day, we're a sack of skin, so it's just going to come right back to what it was. It might for a little bit show you the mold inside, but then it's going to go right back to it. They're never going to satisfy you, because they're not what you want. You can't make somebody into what you want. And it seems like today, in today's world, in today's society, they try to make it seem like you can, and you cannot. And they try to make it seem like toxic relationships and bad stuff is healthy, but it's not. And they try to also make it seem like certain things are unhealthy, and it is. It's like, you're in your situation, you know what is healthy and you know what is not. You know, I have a situation where I was emotionally abused, you know, and then I also have a situation where me and this guy, when we get into issues and situations, it's like we don't really talk about anything, but when we do, we let everything out, and I mean everything. Like we in this, I mean like we be in there. We used to be fighting. We used to be like dead on, like boop boop boop, like hitting the ones. And when I tell you, I felt, and other people would be like, "What? You guys were fighting? That's so unhealthy." No, I'm telling you, after we would fight, I felt like I was on the top of the world. I felt like every emotion that I had ever had, we just let it out. We had fought the past trauma. We have fought every person that doubted us. We have fought every situation that we had held in, because we both don't talk about anything. We both don't express ourselves. We both don't know how to express our feelings. But when we used to fight, when we used to fist fight, like literally get into brawls, but it was like, you know, it wasn't to a certain point where we were like really fucking each other up. Like, yeah, we would have like, we be fucked up, but but it was like a good fucked up, because like, it's like you're fighting your homie. It's like when you be out here, and you and your homie get into an argument, so you bring out the gloves and y'all start fighting. It's the same thing, and then after y'all feel Gucci, y'all feel like y'all just got out every single thing that happened. It's the same thing, but people want to make it seem like with your one, it should be your best friend. That situation, I don't know what that is, but with your one, if it makes you feel good, that's y'all's thing. Don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody tell you different. Don't go off of what everybody else says, because what everybody else says, let me tell you, in my twin flame video, if you're, okay, so we have people who are, it's like a line. We have people who are up here in the 4D, and they floating and doing whatever they doing up here, like, you know, trying the blessed, the divine. And then we have the lower energy people who are just floating. People who haven't found themselves, who don't know anything, so they're just kind of living through their sack. Their sack has taken over. Their mind took over the sack instead of their soul. And when you listen to people like that, how are you going to listen to them when they're still floating? You can't listen to people who are floating when you're a divine being above the line, up here flying, up here doing all types of stuff, but you're talking to people who are floating, listening to advice from people who are floating, listening to people who aren't even at your level tell you what happiness is when they're not even happy. You know? They're not even in a situation. They're not even doing this, you know? And it's kind of like, you know, yeah, I'm not in love, but hey, we all out here healing. I just give advice, and you know, I'm very good at detaching myself from advice. I've always been a neutral person. I've always been that friend that's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't all be doing this. You know, you feel this way, you feel. I'm always neutral, middle ground. So I never judge. I'm not a judger. I've gone through a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I've done things I'm not proud of. Everybody has. Everybody at some point was floating. Everybody at some point was floating. So I'm not talking bad on people who are floating, because at some point I was floating. You were floating. They were floating. Everybody was floating. And at some point everybody was divine. Some of the floaters were up there, were on the other level, but then something happened and now they're floating and they're trying to go through their own things. But if your soul is attached and you are inside and you are here, you're here. But don't be listening to people who are floating. I'm sorry, but they don't have anything to tell you. I mean, yes, if somebody comes up to you and gives you some advice, listen to them. Because I see 44, because, you know, some people might, you know, take that as, I'm not listening. No, listen to everybody. if they have good advice, if they have something that resonates. But if they're saying some crazy stuff or trying to tell you what this is and what that is, or you should never do this or you should never do that, or they're trying to judge your shit, like they shit don't stink, like they ain't on their third marriage, they ain't out here hoeing, they ain't out here doing this, they ain't out here doing that, you know, it's, no. Do you, what's best for you, and let your relationship fly, honey. Okay, Capricorns, this is your June 14th reading. Caramel Love Guru, outie. Have a great day, my loves.